welcome back to another horrible video. And in this video, I did something absolutely nefarious. I bought all my PC parts from AliExpress. And I know y'all thinking, what's so bad about that? I bought all my parts from AliExpress. From the CPU to the motherboard, to the power supply, to the RAM, to the GPU, to the power supply, to the case, to the fans, to the CPU cooler. And did I mention the power supply? Yes, I bought my power supply off of AliExpress. And in today's video, we're going to test it out and see if buying all your parts from AliExpress is an absolute deal. Now, I have done this same PC not too long ago, but I didn't buy all my parts from AliExpress. And I was wondering, could you save money if you bought all your parts from AliExpress? And the answer is yes. But how much? That depends. For me, I only said $20, but you could take different type of components and purchase them and make them cheaper. But the components I chose just laid out all on Gen 4. So we're going to get into the build and we're going to find out if buying a power supply from AliExpress is a problem or if it's a good thing. And I might even do something villainous. I'm going to be selling this PC and I'm not going to tell about the power supply. So yeah, let's get into the video. All right, bargain hunters and budget ballers. So today I'm kind of diving into uncharted waters, but yeah, we're gonna find out if this experiment is gonna be legit or an absolute disaster. So I hope y'all stick around to find out. But we're gonna just be starting with the case, and this is the Dark Flash C275P. All right, so this was only $30 and it is tiny AF. I can already see the problems with cable management, but it's crazy because it did come all the way from China in perfect condition. But not too bad, not too shabby. No dent. So yeah, I don't think I'll ever go back to the Dark Flash. Doesn't look like it's worth it, but we're gonna see how the final build looks, and I'll give you my final judgment on that part. All right, y'all, so yep, this is the Terminator B550M motherboard, and it is PCIe 4 ready, and yeah, that's a different design, never seen it. Was it from Maxim? I think I heard of them. All right, now looking at the board, there's nothing special about it. It does come with a little heatsink. Comes with okay ports. I mean, 6 is all right, and 2 slots for your RAM. Nothing special. Does have metal on it though, so it looks a little bit sturdy. But yep. So here's the CPU. It's the Ryzen 5 3600. Now I've been noticing the Ryzen 5 5600 become cheaper and cheaper and around the same price as these. So take what you will with that. But I chose this one because of the other PC I built that was for $450 to basically match that PC. So this is the one that we're putting in. The RAM is nothing special. It's King Bank 16 gigabytes of 32 megahertz per second. So all right, so now these did come in silver. They're just the least expensive one. I think they're just above $20. All right, so here is the CPU cooler, the Jones Bow. I'm guessing Silent Series CR1400 Evo. It's not bad looking, not bad at all. A little on the tiny side for the fan, but we'll see how those thermals handle with this. So, oops, I didn't read the manual, but here it is. Let's figure this out. All right, let's prep this case. Get this open. Put in as much cores as we can. Put the motherboard in. Motherboard's gonna fit perfectly in this. Man, yeah, let's see how it looks together. So just to let y'all know, this case looks like it's specifically made for this motherboard or vice versa, because all of the standoffs are in the exact position of this motherboard. And I haven't seen any other micro motherboards with this type of layout, but yeah, I guess just wanted to point that out. All right, so that's how that looks inside of there. Coming together, I'm gonna be adding the power supply after I hook up all the cords and put in the SSD. So yeah, I made a mistake. I forgot to put this in first, the IO shield. Yeah, this might be the first time I ever made this mistake, but hey, mistakes happen. We could easily correct that. So let's put it in. So this is the FitWatt Jupiter, and it is PCIe 4.0. I know y'all see me use this quite a bit. Had some great deals on it, but this one came off of AliExpress instead of Amazon. And I don't know if it's cheating, because even though it was sold off of AliExpress, it was shipped in the United States. But either way, it only came out to like $48, so I snagged it up. And SSDs are not cheap on AliExpress at all. All right, so I knew the case didn't come with fans, so I bought a 3-pack of AGO AM12 case fans. The reason I bought them is because they were pretty cheap. They're the cheapest ones I could find, and they had a hub at the time, so I think they were like $16. But yeah, I know I should have probably put them in the case first, but you know what they say, it's better late than sorry. All right, I don't know about y'all, but this is the moment I have been waiting for. This is the power supply, the TF Sky Windell, whatever. The reason why I chose it is because it was 80 plus gold, or that's what the listing says. I don't know. I really don't. I looked everywhere for recommendations. I looked on Reddit. I looked online. I looked on YouTube. There wasn't that many places that actually had recommendations. I mean, on AliExpress they did, but there was nowhere where they told you which power supply was good on AliExpress. Also, some of the power supplies came with shipping and handling, and that just made a power supply in a price range that wasn't worth it. This one was worth it, in the price range at least, and hopefully they sent me the US version and it hooks up. But yeah. All right. So this is what it looks outside the box. It is non-modular. It is 80 plus gold. It says don't remove this cover under any circumstances, and this is its warranty void if removed. So we're gonna try it in there now. It does smell like a power supply. Yeah, it smells kind of power supply-y. We're just gonna put it in and hopefully it works. And like I said, I will be selling this PC just like this, and I don't think I'm gonna be letting them know. Y'all can leave it in the comment section. Oh, it looks like it's a little bent here. Fix that. All right. This is the graphics card from AliExpress, the Solo Monarch Dragon. It is a 5700 XT graphics card. It said it was brand new. Got it for just over $134. Now the case and the GPU I did buy at separate times than the other parts, just so they will come in around the same time. So finding this at that price might be a little difficult, but it is possible if you wait or if you got enough coupons to use. But yeah, this is the graphics card. It looks brand new. Now I don't know how brand new it truly is. I mean, everything on it looks brand new. It does come with a warranty and your warranty sticker. So now what's crazy is I never tried this out. I got it and never tried it. This will be my first time opening it and trying it in a PC. Also, I'm putting this in before I finish all the cable management. I got the routing pretty much secure, just got to finish with everything else, and this is just going to get those two GPU cords through. And yeah, with the cords, it's funny because I bought all the cords from the same place, but only came with a 1/8 pin plug-in, and this one has an 8 pin and a 6 pin, which is weird because the other cable extensions I got came with 2 6 to 8 pin cords. So I don't know what made this one different. I bought like 3 of them, but maybe they just forgot it in there, or maybe I just didn't read the description properly on this one. So yeah, that's that. And I did find something that was close to the color, because this is silver and the other color is going to be gray, but gray and silver is close enough. I got the silver because of this silver part right here. But yep, so let's put this in and see if it works for the first time. All right, y'all, so this is how the PC looks close up. I do like the color scheme. It all came out to be silver and black. I did have to use one gray and black extension because this GPU uses the 8 pin and a 6 pin, and for some reason these extensions that only came with one 8 pin GPU, which is weird because I ordered all 3 of them at the same time from the same place, identical ones, but this one came in different. So I really don't know what happened there, but other than that, it did come out nice with everything, and then the colors does come out nice. Now, I don't know if I talk about this, but that CPU fan has no connection, so it runs, but it doesn't show any color. But the reason why I'm showing y'all close up is just to show y'all the back of it. Now, cable management is going to be difficult in a case like this because it is small. Although I like the case better than the DIY case, just because it's smaller factor. The DIY case was just weird. It was big, but it was small. It just didn't look right to me. But this one, I actually like it just because it's very tiny. It looks adorable. Now, with the cable management, I did have to funnel everything over here. Doesn't really have any standoffs, so I had to connect it to like the shroud for the fans. But you notice I don't have nothing up here, and that's just because I don't want cords touching the motherboard. I have bricked the motherboard with just cords touching the back, and it kind of irks me when I watch a video and I'm like, oh, there's a cord that might touch the motherboard, and this CPU doesn't have a cover. So yeah, you might break it. It's a small chance, but it's a possibility. And since I have bricked the motherboard like that, I just don't like that. So I kept all that clear, and I just had to run it everywhere else. But if you do have a proper cover for that, then throwing it into this spot will make it a lot better. So I just wanted to show y'all, yeah, how the cable management looks. All right, so this is basically my first game, second game. I don't know what I'm doing here, so I don't really know what settings to use, but I just put in 1080p, AMD FSR, and then everything else on a medium to low scale, like lumen reflections. I think I have to do with something with light, global illumination. I don't know what these differences are, SSGI high or low, or lumen GI. I don't know. I just stuck with high. So
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Assemble!
We are undefeatable! I was worried.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just dying.
You're winning, but you've still got a chance.
Oh, we lost. Almost came back. All right, man. That's that's Marvel Rivals. I believe it kept over 100 FPS. I think it dipped quite a bit. I might have seen 50 once, but yep, that's Marvels, man. I can see why people think it's fun, but if you don't learn the characters, you're actually gonna have a problem. With all of the testing, and this is actually retest. I had to do everything because it just didn't save properly last time, but all the scores basically were the same. And you shouldn't be afraid to shop on AliExpress for all your parts, even the power supply, because look at the score that we just got on Time Spy. It's 8,710, and our cost for the bill was $431 and some change, and that gives a score of 4.8. Now, anytime I get under 5, it's a top tier PC. The points per frame isn't the best way to calculate a PC, but it does give you a strong basis, and to get 5 cents is, I think, is where you should be aiming at. 6 cents makes sense, but anytime you can get under 5 cents, that is a legit PC. And yeah, let me take this off and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. So I just took the front glass off of it. But I wanted to show you before I went to my final thoughts. I actually wanted to show y'all the GPU temperature spiked up to 86 and the CPU temperature spiked up to 85.8, pretty much 86. And I think that's just due to the case size and it being so compact and in there that it does spike up to that high. Now, the GPU is kind of scary hitting that mark. I know the CPU can handle that mark on a constant basis as long as it's not in the 90s, but just knowing that it is small form factor, and if your room is hot, it can get hot. And now the GPU is the scary one. I really don't like the GPU running into the 80s. It's the same thing though, as long as it's not getting into the 90s, it is fine. I mean, if you do some intense gaming, and I have been gaming for 8 hours, this is one of the most intense ones. Even though the GPU didn't get that hot when I was doing some of the other type of testing like firmware and stuff like that. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that because the GPU is technically new from Soyoy. I don't know the company personally. It's over in China. So I don't know if it is actually new or if it's just been an old GPU that was reserviced, or, you know, they added some things to it. I'm not sure, but it does work. You do get legit drivers and you can game on it. Like I said on that time spy score, 4.8. So now that I talked about the temperatures, I do want to talk about the PC as a whole. I loved how it came out, even though the light on the fan doesn't work just because it doesn't have an ARGB header on the motherboard. The motherboard is pretty cheap and it only got 2 RAM slots, but it works. And that's all that really matters when building a PC like this. Uh, small form factor, I actually like it being this small. It's pretty nice, but like I was saying, in those temperatures, it can be like that. I already talked about the cable management issues that you might endure, but other than that, uh this is an actual PC that I think you can reproduce and sell on the market for at least $600, but you can reproduce it for around this price, and you can even get it cheaper. Because I wouldn't do a B550 motherboard just because the motherboards are cheap. The Gen 4 speeds just does not matter. uh I would get a SSD, at least a 512, and if I went to the 1 TB, I'd just make sure it wasn't over that $50 mark. It'll be like 45. But if you do make the motherboard cheaper, uh, the RAM you can keep the same. Everything else you can keep the same, but the motherboard will make it just slightly cheaper, and then you can make a SSD 512 and still keep it around that $600 mark. And this PC, I think you can bring under $400 or at least close to that and selling at 600. It's a constant flip that you can do. Now this PC, I am just going to be selling for $500, and the reason why I sell it for, or not for 500, for $550 on Marketplace, and the reason I would sell it for $550 on Marketplace just because of the motherboard. I actually believe in the pieces that go into the PC. Like, the motherboard is a B550, but there really isn't much expansion, not even into the RAM. I wouldn't even put more than 32 gigabytes of RAM on that. So, and then like if you went to a B450, it's definitely $550 for me. It's just nothing above that. Like, even though your Ryzen is going to be a 3600 and your graphics card is going to be a 5700 XT, I think that's what most people go upon. Like, when they show, like, look at the graphics card, look at that, and that's what really matters. But to me, it's the entirety of the components, and that's why it's just going to be for $550. And that will only give me like a profit of 120 or around there. So I'm not really worried about that. Like I said, you can reproduce this. You can buy the case like 3 at a time. You could buy, if you get the GPU at a good price, buy that 3 at a time. You can make like legit 3 PCs and sell that, and that will be what, 120, 240, 360, and it will sell that quick. I have no corns about this selling that quick. I think at 550 it will sell that quick. And even if you do sell it for $600, like I said, it's just a quick flip. It's just to keep your inventory active. And yeah, until next time.